Hello and welcome to this White Fox Talking vlog special. I'm Mark Charlie Valentine and I'm down at the fantastic Testbed event space in Leeds. And today we're going to be hosting a Wim Hof workshop with Jack Walker. Jack, nice to meet you again.
Nice to see you again.
If
Thanks
you'd
for having
like
me.
Yeah, welcome mate, welcome. If you could just give us a brief introduction about what we're going to be doing, what the participants are going to do through the day on this workshop.
So today we're going to be doing a Wim Hof Method fundamentals workshop, which is an introduction to the breath work, the ice and the mindset, which is the three pillars of the Wim Hof Method. So we're going to be looking at the benefits of the cold, the benefits of the breath work, and for me, I think the biggest thing about the Wim Hof Method is the mindset, the focus, because as we all know, without determination and a focused mind, we're not going to be getting in the ice, we're not going to be doing breath work, and we can take that into our everyday lives. So that's what it's all about really, taking tools from the workshop that we can add into our daily routines, into our daily lives to help us be a little bit more resilient to stress and just live healthier, happier, stronger lives really. That's what it's all about.
That sounds amazing to be fair, yeah. Now, what is the format for the day?
Yeah, so we'll all introduce ourselves to start with, get to know each other a little bit, do a few little exercises just to warm them up, icebreakers, as I like to call them. And then we'll go into a little bit about Wim Hof, his background, how the Wim Hof method developed, sort of accidentally, but we'll go into that. And then the science as well, because with the method, for a long time it was just Wim, sort of winging it, not really knowing, you know, the science behind it until he started doing the studies. And it's now been proven that anyone can do this stuff and anyone can learn the method. So we go into that and then we learn all about the breathing technique, the famous Wim Hof method breathing. And obviously we finish with the famous ice bath.
Yeah, cool. I think the ice bath obviously is the thing that sort of Wim Hof's known for, and the method's known for, but there is so much more to it. I have sampled the breathing myself.
Yeah, well, without the breath work, people aren't going to be able to do the ice bath in a safe way. You'd never get the most out of it without knowing how to connect with the breath and of course the mindset and the focus. So that's what makes the Wim Hof method so special, because you've got the three pillars. It's not just the cold water, it's not just the breath work, it's the mindset combined with those two that really make it a special thing and a special experience, because you use the breath to help you get through the ice bath and find that sort of calm in the storm. The first minute's always going to be a little bit, you know, finding your feet with it, but as soon as you connect with the breath, that's where you get this moment of sort of bliss and sense of well-being for the second half of the ice bath that people talk about. So yeah, they all really do go together nicely.
Cool. Well, we are going to be making a podcast as well, where we're going to go a lot deeper into the effects.
Yeah.
So White Fox Talking is mental health, mental well-being based. What sort of positive effects can the participants look forward to in that respect?
Yeah, well, for me personally, this is exactly why I practice the Wim Hof method every day, because it really helps with my mental health, and that's how I got into this whole thing. And I think the main thing to take from the Wim Hof method is that we're putting ourselves in a stressful situation for a short period of time. So when we do the breath work, we're basically hyperventilating, just kicking in the fight or flight response, the sympathetic nervous system, but then we're calming ourselves down with the breath hold, with the recovery breath, so we then get that sense of well-being. And it's the same with the ice bath as well. You enter the ice bath, your fight or flight kicks in straight away, and then again with the breath, with the slow, calm, deep breathing, we then calm ourselves down. So what that does is it trains us to go from a sympathetic fight or flight state to a parasympathetic sort of relaxed state. And if we can do that voluntarily on demand in these stressful situations, then in everyday life we can do that as well when we come up against things, which then helps with everyday mental well-being and mental health. Yeah,
that sounds great. I have practiced myself a little bit before, not to probably to the extent that we're going to do today. And I try and look at sympathetic and parasympathetic. Parasympathetic is, if I remember, because I'll get them mixed up, is reaching paradise and looking to lower these these stress responses. And we've got Seb here today, the co-host of the podcast, and if this can help him relax, then then we're on a winner.
I'll do my best.
The day has been absolutely amazing. It was, I was pretty nervous before I came, and if I'm perfectly honest, I didn't want to come this morning. But it's been, really insightful and made me realise that I'm pretty strong.
I've really enjoyed it, even though we've been cold all day. On the face of it, you think it's been tough, but it's actually been really nice. Great group, great instruction. I've really enjoyed it. I feel very positive right now, having been in a plunge pool for a bit. Ice bath. All of the aches and pains that I have from football, having played yesterday, are gone.
Before I came, I wanted to come, but then obviously was a little bit kind of hesitant. And the takeaway from it has been that actually putting myself in these tricky positions where I've got resistance is definitely where I need to be, really. So the things that I'm taking away is that it's good to push yourself.
Well, when I was invited to do it, I thought, I really don't want to do that. And therefore, because sometimes you get offered things and you think, I've got some really good reason to turn this down because maybe there's a reason why I should be doing it. And I decided to look at it that way. I thought, this is going to be uncomfortable. It's going to take me out of my comfort zone, which it has. But that's been the pleasure of it, really. Thinking to yourself, well, you're not going to enjoy this, and yet I have. I really have. I've actually really enjoyed the day. I feel really good now. So, the preconception was that it was going to be negative. The reality is it's been very positive.